Assalamu alaikum everyone, it's Athar and welcome to Islamic Culture Podcast. Let's continue where we left off. People started to talk about the treasurer's wife, and the news came to her that the women are speaking about her, about what she attempted to do with her own slave. Of course, she became very angry and she decided to take her revenge. So she wanted to prove to this woman that if they were in her place, they would do the same thing, or maybe even more. So she invited this woman to come, and she prepared and got fruits, which needs peeling, and she gave them knives. She gave knives to everyone, to each one of them. Then she called Yusuf alayhi salam to come in. They were peeling the fruits, and once they saw Yusuf alayhi salam, instead of peeling the fruits, they started to cut their hands without realizing. Why? They were overtaken by how handsome he was. Then the treasurer's wife said to them, "Look at yourselves. Look at yourselves. You were blaming me. You were gossiping. You were degrading me in front of everyone. Look what did you do once you saw him? It looks like the same thing with you. And I'm telling him in front of you all, if he doesn't do what I want him to do, I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna put him in the prison. And not only that, I'm gonna degrade him in front of everyone." Then the women felt afraid for him. And they said to him, "Please do what she wants you to do. Please do what she wants you to do. We don't want you to be hurt." Yusuf alayhi salam made a dua and said he asked Allah to help him and to protect him from these women and to make him away from that immorality. For the treasurer's wife to put Yusuf in the prison, she needs the permission of her husband. So she went to her husband and she started to manipulate him. She started to play with his mind and said, "My husband, listen. Now, by making Yusuf free, after that matter, in this way we are proving to everyone that he's the innocent. He is innocent, and I'm the guilty one, and I'm not anyone. I'm your wife. I'm the treasurer's wife. And for the sake of your position in the country and your reputation, and you must do something. You must do something." Then she came up with a solution and said, "Why not? We should look him up. We should look him up. We should put him in the prison. And not only that, we need to degrade him in front of everyone, in front of the whole country, to prove that he is the guilty." And her husband accepted. He accepted that. They put Yusuf alayhi salam on a donkey in the opposite direction, the reverse way. And people also were grabbing their drums, and they were saying loudly that he will be locked up because he wanted to do immorality with the treasurer's wife. And when Yusuf alayhi salam entered the prison, two other men entered also, and they stayed with him in the same room, in the same place in the prison. What was the story of those two men? Actually, we don't know exactly. We don't know why they went to the prison, but there was something suspicious about them. Maybe they were stealing something or doing something. We don't know exactly. Anyway, these two men who looked up with Yusuf alayhi salam, one night they had a dream. The first one saw that he was squeezing wines for the king, and the other saw that he was carrying some bread on his head, and the birds were eating from that bread. They wanted to know what is the meaning of that dream. So they decided to go to Yusuf and to ask him about the interpretation of this dream. Why Yusuf exactly? Because he seemed to them to be a wise man with his prayers and his piety, and also they felt comfortable towards him. Yusuf alayhi salam told them he would tell them, and he would tell them the interpretation of the dream, but after eating. And before eating, he started to talk to them about Allah, and there is no God, only Allah. and it's better to worship Allah alone instead of all these gods. But did they accept that? Actually, we don't know. If they became believers or not, we don't know. After eating, Yusuf alayhi salam told them the interpretation of their dream. That the first one, he would set free from the prison, and he would give drink to his master. And the other one, he would be crucified, and the birds would eat from his head, from his flesh.